Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Tuesday Panic. I'm your host Paul Turner, and as you can tell by the intro, it's a little bit different kind of a episode today because of the devastation that happened yesterday in Moore, Oklahoma. The city is devastated, and it's kind of made me think, as one who has somewhat experienced it. Our town, if you're not familiar with it, Pleasant Grove in Alabama, 2 years ago. We have links down below that if you want to see any of the videos or read any of the articles, things I wrote about that or anything like that, that's fine. But our personal experience with tornadoes and devastation, things like that, is very very real to us. So what we're going to try to do this Wednesday is we're going to kind of put that in perspective and see if we can't reach out and things like that, and to the people of Moore, Oklahoma somehow, whether in our prayers or actions, things like that. But in this episode of the Tuesday Panic, I want to encourage you just a few things that as you begin to think about your ministry, this becomes an opportunity. There are good opportunities and bad opportunities when devastation happens in our country, whether it's the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary earlier in the year, whether it's a natural disaster, things like that. And I want to encourage you today that if you have something planned this Wednesday, that's different other than the Oklahoma story and things that are going on there, that's fine. This is not a guilt trip to make you stop doing anything like that, but it is to encourage you to possibly use this as an opportunity to connect with your kids and connect your kids to the people that are there in that community. Maybe you have a church that's in your denomination that you could be praying for that's been affected by the tornado. Maybe there's people who they know in your own youth group that have people that live out there, things like that. So this becomes an opportunity to do that. I want to encourage you just a few things in this Tuesday Panic on how to use this with an opportunity with your group to get them to be deeper in their faith, because there's going to be a lot of people who will say things like, well, where was God and what is happening and why would God allow this to happen? And all that's a part of every natural disaster that's ever taken place throughout history. People will ask, well, where was God and why did this happen? And, those questions will go on forever and ever, but we have an opportunity to go ahead and address some of that, and to point kids to God's word. So, say is obviously a time of prayer. And for us, what it's going to look like for us is we're going to go ahead and have some pillows up front, things like that, where kids come up and pray, and just pray. And if you have specific names, obviously there's a lot of names out there that you can grab from the news, people that have had lost, people, churches, communities, all those things. You can pray in general, you can pray in specific, but get your kids praying. Get your kids really just taking some time to slow down their lives long enough. It can be as long as you want to put it. You can do it to a song and just have a song playing about comfort and about peace and about the peace of God, and allowing kids to kind of interact with God over the situation. Some may want to cry. Some may want to do all those things. And we can't stop emotions from kids, and we don't want to stop emotions from kids from feeling emotions. But I don't think we should capitalize on and make it emotionalism where that's all there is, which leads me to the final thing that I think that we're going to do is, after the kids pray, we're going to say, look, during that time of prayer, maybe God has laid something on your heart to do a project, to do a fundraiser, to do something where you can connect even further and put legs and hands and feet to your prayers that you've just prayed. What do you want to do about it? What do you want to offer? Maybe you just want to write a letter. Maybe you want to send an email, a card. Maybe we should all send emails and cards. I know that when our church was destroyed, um, and we didn't have a place of worship or anything like that, we got letters from all kinds of places, especially our friends in Indiana, in Ohio, and other places. We got tremendous support from a lot of youth pastors in the area and things like that. So encourage your kids, because it does make a difference. When we lost ours 2 years ago, we had, our community had lost people, and it wasn't as devastating as the one right now, but any natural disaster is devastating. Whether you lose one or you lose 100, it's devastating. The people and the outpouring. Anything you do, what I'm saying is, anything you do is going to make a difference, even if it's just one letter, two letters. Maybe you want to write letters to a church, that was is in difficult circumstances, or just say, hey, we're praying for you. And maybe you want to do a video thing and post it up on YouTube and say, hey, here's all our kids, and saying that we support you, and things like that. So find a way to integrate those things. Find a way to look at the story as it is. without any other kind of agendas or things like that. Look at it in a way where you can really reflect the scriptures and the character and nature of God during moments like this. The third thing being obviously being prayer, really praying, and then finding a way to connect the prayers of God's people to the action of God's people, and finding ways to be able to do those things. So I hope that today I've put a few links to a few things down below in there in the bottom here. If you have any comments or want to share something that maybe you're going to do with your youth ministry, or your church is going to do, of course, you can always, later on next year or a couple of months from now, or whatever, send teams down to help people, things like that. And that's going to be vitally important as well. Many of the groups that emailed me wound up coming and being a part and helping in our community. So we want to encourage you. Use this Wednesday night. Use this Wednesday night to glorify the Lord. Use this Wednesday night to connect your kids with who God is in reality, and not just what other people may be saying, but connect them in a real way, where they can express, where they can share, where they can express doubts and things like that, and have an open dialogue and things like that. It's just going to be, I hope it's a good night for you. I'm praying that it's a good night for us, and that we're going to glorify the Lord and do some good things this week. Don't forget too, by the way, if you want to, tell your kids if they want to donate to Red Cross, they should text Red Cross to 90999. That's text Red Cross to 90999, and you can just have your kids, if they have bank accounts, especially your young adults or college students or anybody, say, look, everybody out your phone right now, text it. You have $10 in your account. We're not even taking offering tonight for our group. We're just going to make this a donation to the Red Cross, and we're gonna support the efforts that are going on there. So anyway, thank you for being with me again for the Tuesday Panic. I know this one was a little bit different than others, but hopefully it was appropriate for this time. And we will see you next week, where we will talk about all things that will help you in your youth meetings and your Sunday school classes and your small groups. And I hope you join us. Don't forget to leave a comment if you'd like. If you're a brand new subscriber, or if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We would love to connect with you over the long term, and keep getting information to you on how to make your youth meetings better, and how to do good youth ministry. So anyway, we love you. We thank you. And remember to keep praying for Oklahoma. We'll see you later.